This show rules. It is just pure entertainment and fun.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Does it have its flaws? Yes. But does it keep you glued to the screen at all times? Absolutely. Welcome back, Visionaries, to my latest video. This will be a video on why you should watch Lupin on Netflix right now. Lupin is a series with 3 seasons out currently, and I might be a bit late to the party, but hey, never late than ever, right? And also I heard there's a season 4 coming out, so here's why you need to watch the show. Let's start with the plot synopsis. Hassan Diop, a gentleman burglar in France who doesn't kill, steal things, and takes inspiration from his books about Lupin written by Maurice Leblanc that his father gave to him when he was young. One day his father was accused of stealing Pellegrini's necklace. Pellegrini is one of those mustache-twirling evil villain guys who is a corrupt rich businessman. This upends Hassan's life. However, many years later, this necklace comes back up for auction again, and Hassan decides to steal it and prove that his father was innocent. This goes way deeper, but I will keep it at that so that you won't get spoiled. Let's talk about the show and why you gotta watch it right now. My first point is, first and foremost, we have to talk about the main protagonist, Hassan Diop, or Lupin, or you get the point. He has many names in the show, he has many identities. The character is both complex and entertaining to watch. He's really smart, suave, charismatic, cunning, manipulative even. And even though he's a burglar, underneath he's a really nice guy. There are a couple of layers to this character. He's not just a one-dimensional thief. He also has his own set of flaws, like his family. When he screws up, both his wife and son end up in danger too. The show also does this thing where they regularly go back and forth in timeline to the past as well as the current time to know why he is the way he is. It is also very effective in adding depth to the character that way and also helping them get out of tough situations. He does feel bad when his family pays the price for his actions, but he also has this other inherent flaw where he cannot control the urge to avenge his own father, making his journey more relatable for us. When his character arc comes to a full circle, I knew right away that the show creators already had this plan from the beginning, and this was where it all led up to a satisfying conclusion. Now, was there any sort of character development? No. Hassan is more of a static character rather than a dynamic character, but he is still a round character though. The show was about 80% him, honestly. He is the main character. Omar Sy, the actor playing this character, Hassan Diop, carries most of the weight or the responsibility for the show on his shoulders, and he excelled at his job. Congratulations to him. If he didn't do a good job, the show would have failed completely, but because he did a great job, it was very well done. It's not just his strong voice and his action scenes, it's the way he portrays himself. Small things like his gait, facial expressions, and the way he overall portrays himself, this is absolutely fantastic. I would love to see more of this dude in other projects. And let's get to the other characters. Only Ben, his best friend and most trustworthy friend actually, Gadira, the police officer who also loves Lupin, Corbett, the Pellegrini, the main villain, the mustache-twirling guy I mentioned earlier, and to a small extent even Fabian stand out here. The rest are all just filler characters in my opinion. I might be wrong, but this is just my opinion. They are literally there just to help Lupin's character grow, and they don't have much to do for themselves. These side characters serve their purpose, even if some of their characters are a cliche, but they did a fine job, honestly. They were mostly at the background and Lupin was mostly at the forefront, but I did like these side characters a lot, most of them, especially Gudira, played by Sofiane Gourab, Ben, played by Antoine Goy, Herve Pierre, played by Pellegrini, and Fabian, played by Anna Benoit. Her character, as well as Stephen Crepon's character, Philippe Corbett, I wish they had more screen time in the show, honestly. They were such great characters. And Fargas Asande, whom I forgot to mention earlier, played Babacar Diop, Hassan Diop's father. He did a great job as well. And let's get to consistency. This show is very consistent, for the first 2 seasons especially. If I were to sum up almost every episode, Lupin, with the help of his allies, tricked the people into getting what he wants, and each action he does is leading up to something very important at the end, a main goal for him. and sometimes his family gets in danger and they go back in time to reveal something crucial that happened in the past, and that's how it goes for the most part. But the police officers are always chasing him because, you know, they have nothing better to do at this point, and also they suck at chasing him, they suck at trying to catch him. But the writers managed to make the storyline fresh each time by tweaking certain things in the story. This was very effective because as the show continued, it stayed entertaining, so they managed to keep it fresh instead of letting it become dull or mundane. When season 3 came, I'm not gonna lie, it did seem disappointing at first, but it got better over time. I'll let that small consistency issue slide. Then we have to talk about the plot. This is a more plot-driven than character-driven story, if you ask me. Most of the plot really hinged on the smart tactics employed by Asan and his allies against the bad guys, and it works because the writers knew how to write these intricate and sometimes smart decisions, but also pay homage to the storybooks of Lupin, written by Maurice LeBlanc. And sometimes they would even show those parts where they took inspiration from. Look, I have not read the books written by Maurice LeBlanc on Lupin, but I'm sure many of you out there have, because this is very iconic, and I'm sure many of you are going to love this show for that. There were a few plot elements in the season 3 that I did not like, and I did not like it not because the ideas were bad. In fact, the ideas were great. My problem was with the execution of those ideas. They were not done very well, in my opinion. But to me, everything other than those few issues were great, so I will let that one slide too. Also, there were certain tricks they tried pulling off that felt like a bit too unrealistic, and some of them even lacked explanation. They didn't have enough explanation to justify their tricks, which renders them unrealistic. If some of these attempts were tried in real life, they would definitely fail no matter who did it, even if the real Asan Diop or Lupin did it. But was it entertaining to watch? Absolutely. I'm going to sum up my drawbacks quickly here. Certain tricks were a bit too unrealistic, not much in terms of character development. Certain side characters were cliche and typical of their role, like the mustache-twirling villain and the gullible friend or enemy or friend of four or whatever. And a season 3 that does not start off very strong, but eventually and gradually does improve, so you have to give it a chance first. I'm still excited for season 4. If you just want to be entertained, this is the show for you. Overall, I'm going to give the show an 8.3 out of 10. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.